Hello everybody, you're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. I have Elizabeth Vargas' Between Breaths, a memoir of panic at addiction. In 2014, she admitted in a televised interview that she was an alcoholic, and how that condition began at the age of 6 with her father being sent to Vietnam, and how it stayed with her as she rose to the top of journalism. A constant poise under pressure field in which Elizabeth rose to the top. I bought this for $6.99, paid 50% off the price. When this was originally bought, it had a 20% off sticker, which is still on the cover. This Jersey guy commends this Jersey gal for sharing her story with bravery and poise and grace on television and in paperback, or in this case, hardcover, which is fairly appropriate, because Elizabeth Vargas has a hardcover spirit that cannot be broken. Retail price, $27 US. And a couple of rave reviews from colleagues Diane Sawyer and Dan Harris. If you allow me the time, I would like to share a little story with you as I go through the photo inset of why I was absent these past few days. On Monday night, this past Monday, my mother came home drunk. She was requiring a little bit of money. She started berating me and my roommate Jeff, calling us motherfuckers and berating us. I was going to go to the police station to get some help with her acting all, what was the word, wilding out? I hate that term, but it was appropriate. She actually booted me out of the house before I had a chance to go to the police station and ask the policeman for help. This is a little bit of a tough story to share with you. The policeman issued no help, and I told Mother, you either calm down and let me inside, or you're gonna regret it. And she said, no, get the policeman in here. So I started acting crazy. I went berserk, ripped off my shirt, and threw garbage all around the street, and stopped in front of a car on the middle of the street to wait for the car to hit me because I just couldn't take it anymore. I actually grabbed a knife and threatened to hurt myself because Mother was so drunk that night. And my mother is not an addict. Let's set that straight right now. She is not an addict. She is a moderate social drinker. But when she drinks, she turns a complete 180 and it's not pleasant. So, when all that was settled, she called the police. There was no ambulance, but she did dial for one. The police came. They took me by police car to St. Joseph's Hospital and kept me overnight in their one-man confinement observation chambers for hospitalization. The next day, they woke me up, strapped me down to a stretcher, and took me by ambulance to the Clara Mass Medical Center in Belleville, the hospital in the park, because it's opposite Grantsbrook Park in Essex County. I was hospitalized for 4 days. Now, you may think that a psychiatric ward, for lack of a better term, would be a hellhole of addicts and criminals, but for me, it really wasn't. It was one of the most humane practices of hospitalization I've ever endured, even though if it was a little bit of a hellhole because of their policies. You're not allowed to have a door closed in your residential area. It's just a safety procedure that they want to make sure everybody is accounted for and everyone is safe. But those 4 days were pretty much hell on earth because of those policies, but they were not so much hell on earth compared to St. Joseph's Hospital. I don't want to go so far as to say that Clara Mass Medical Center was a utopia compared to St. Joseph's hospitalization, but it borderline was, because of the following reasons. One, St. Joseph's Hospital has a one-man observation chamber where you can't leave. So that was pretty much a hellhole. As a matter of fact, when I left on Friday at 2 o'clock, my stepdad came to pick me up with my mother's work boss in her car to drive all the way back to Patterson. I stuck a big middle finger at St. Joseph's Hospital for confining me to their chamber. It was hell on earth. Two, and this sounds a little bit silly for hospital food, but they allowed the option to serve chicken tenders. And they were the most incredibly delicious chicken tenders and fries I've ever had. Number 3, they had real working showers. In our house, we don't have working showers because the landlord is too lazy to fix our shower, and I hate bathing because you just soak in a tub of your own filth. It's not effective at all. They had real working showers, and I was so grateful for that. And number 3, they actually had apple juice. Now, apple juice is a rarity to get in our house, and they always had Sun Cup apple juice by the little cupful every single day. But no amount of apple juice, chicken tenders and fries, or sours is enough for me to go back to Clara Mass Medical Center. It was pretty much hell on earth. It was a terrible, terrible 4 days of hospitalization. But again, it was kind of humane the way they did that compared to St. Joseph's. That was a prison. So here I am, back in my house again, thank God. Let me apologize to you all for being absent these past 4 days, but mostly I apologize to Mother for acting erratic the way I did. And I'm concerned for her as I'm concerned for all of you who drink. I can understand a Cosmopolitan or a little martini during the night out in the town, but if you abuse those drinks, you can do yourself a world of damage. So this video is made out of concern for all of you. If you can learn from Elizabeth's story or my story, then dare I say, I'm proud to share this story with all of you. So thank you so much for watching and listening. I have another ABC News colleague book, Robin Roberts, Everybody's Got Something, and that video will be coming momentarily. When it does, I'll have a link below in the description area for you to check it out. This is the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring some realism home on a budget. Here's one enlightening note. At Clara Mass Medical Center, they actually had groups where you can play music, you can actually paint and draw. I chose the painting group, and I painted this little picture for my mother. It's like a heart that's flying, or swimming, because it looks like a little mermaid with the light blue tail. But it's just a little heart that's just floating around. No matter where it goes, it's just floating around. If you're going to drink while driving, you might as well drink coffee, because, hey, you can't go to prison for drinking coffee while driving. And while you're at it, don't get gas station coffee. It's not very high quality. Nobody will be able to cripple my sardonic humor.